How are you? Welcome to my YouTube channel. Miss Wayu over here. We're here for the good vibes and good vibes only. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe, like, and share this video. And for those always joining me over here, thank you so much. So, how are you doing, guys? Let me know in the comment section. And for me, I've been good, up and down, and um, I'm happy to be here with you guys. And welcome to the next video by Eunice Wayo. So on today's video, guys, I'll be talking about making money. If you need to eat, you need to chop money. So depending on what is going around here in Kenya, there's an economic crisis. This is where there's inflation, there's shrinkflation, all those things are happening and all at once. Like jana nimeona bei ya salt imepandishwa. Like guys, we really need to have ways of making money that doesn't revolve around having a basic salary, and that's why Eunice Wayu got you. So I came up with a list of points that I'll be sharing over here in which you can make money. First point is become a volunteer. It's the first way of making money in 2023 here in Kenya. And this is what I mean by a volunteer. You don't always need to have money to make money. You can trade for what you got. And let's say you're jobless right now, you don't know what to do, but you have enough time, to trade for. So you can start from there. Hapa ni penye, you apply to companies so that you can volunteer to do some works for them. They could be a few projects here and there. And in that way, you at first hautakuwa unalipwa, but with time utakuwa umegain skills, utakuwa make connections, and trust you me, hata by the time unamaliza, maybe within the 3 months watakuwa washako take back as one of their employee. I've seen people do this, they work in a company for a few months, and by the time they finishing, the company don't want them to leave. Wanataka warudishe, and that's where it all starts off. And you never know, maybe watu wanataka kuona, can you work without being promising something else? And with time, you'll really be at a bigger and a better place than you were before starting it. So reconsider this and you really make much out of it. On our second point is become a promoter. There are different types of promoters, and these include when you wanalipwa na kampuni, then they are given samples of products to try on, and then they end up marketing the companies. And then kuna our other types of promoters who mostly work for telecommunication companies. This is whereby unaenda kwa kampuni, they recruit you, train you, and then you're sent to the field to sell vitu kama SIM cards and other products that telecommunication companies wanataka ifikie watu mashinani, or in towns and any other place. So for you here, you need to make money. So what do? You talk to a company that does that. I mean a telecommunication company that does that. And with time, they'll get you trained, waku recruit into their group, and you'll end up making a lot of money. Alafu, these kind of works zinakujanga with a lot of benefits. You'll make good friends who you never know, they can connect you to your next job. You'll also get loads of airtime to use here and there, and you'll also get to travel a lot. That's the most beneficial part of it. But then you'll also make lots of money, like watakulipa at the end of the month. Alafu pia unaweza fanya part time, si eti lazima uende daily. Maybe you are a student somewhere, utakuwa tu unaenda weekends, na maybe uko held up somewhere else, so you can't manage to go every day. Utakuwa tu na enda times zenye uko free, utakuwa tu umewaambia. Like it's as easy as just talking to the company. On our third point, this is where you capitalize on your talents, abilities, and passions. So what are you passionate about? Do you like modeling? Do you like dancing? Do you like playing soccer? These were they come in. So for people who want to get into modeling, you need to exercise a lot, get into that shape. Oh, I'm sure there are a few groups who recruit people to model for them and sell for them their products and services. So also, if you're interested in dancing, that's a good hobby and a talent too. Comes in handy, especially at these times where the millennials and the Gen Z are all over TikTok dancing, which is really paying. People are really making money out of TikTok. Even the millennials and the Gen Z only, you will find even the 80s people, the grannies, they're also in TikTok, you know, showing their abilities, their hobbies, and you don't know when you'll be making money from TikTok or from other social medias that pay you to dance, to model, to make people laugh. Make sure you capitalize on what you can do that flows easily. And at the end of it all, you'll be making money as a side hustle, and it will make your life better. On our fourth point is academic writing. So maybe you have heard of it and maybe you have not. So I'm here to elaborate for you well. Academic writing, this is where you write essays, articles at a fee. Mostly they charge per page, they'll pay you at 250, that is 250 Kenyan shilling or 300 Kenyan shilling. And you'll find you can do multiple of articles. Like in a day you can do even, there are people who do even 20 pages, 50 pages, like it all depends on your ability and on your typing speed. If you are a beginner, you need to be trained for. There are people who actually train you before giving you the job, and it's a good way of making money. And you'll find it doesn't only happen like during the day. This is a flexible job. You can do during the night, during the day, when you're traveling. You just have to have internet, power connection, and a good laptop. And I'm sure most of you have those electronics at your places, and it's good you start making use of them. And you'll also find there are also surveys that you can do to get paid. Here you only answer questions such as how many cars have you bought in this year, what's your age, how is it like to live in such a state, you know, such questions, and you'll make some money out of them. And with time it gets better, and the more trained you are, the more projects that you can handle. Yeah. On the fifth point is start a business. For this, you need to have a certain set of skills, and you also need to have some certain virtues and values that will lead you through the entire process of building a business from the growth stage to the maturity stage. And these include being hardworking. You know, when you run in a business, you are your own boss. So you need to be hardworking in that you can be able to keep all the records of your business, monitor your employees if you have some, and also determine what stock you need next, what step you need to take next. And if you are a person who have these skills, you can utilize that and start your own business. And for the capital here, it depends with the amount of money that you have on your bank account. You'll have to weigh how much you have and how much a certain business takes to run and to start, and do you have a support system? And you can talk to your family who will support you through the entire process of starting a business and building one. And also there are people who are called angel investors. These people come into your business to invest, and then they get a part of the share of your business. That way you can be able to scale up your business and make large profits that will benefit you. With time, our businesses takes stages to grow, and if you are able to, you know, sustain it when it's growing from the starting point, the introduction point, then it will come to reap big and large profits for you. Also, to run a business here in Kenya, you need to be certified, and you need to have the right documents such as good conduct. They really come in handy. Don't be running your business scared of getting caught by the government, because You have not taken the measures that are required. If you want to build your customers base, you start by those people that you know. You talk to this person today, offer good service, offer value. People appreciate the value that you have sold to them, not what you have done to them. So if you offer this value to this person, tomorrow they recommend you to the next person, and that's how you build your business. With time, it's such a big business, and you'll really be happy about it. And the good thing about businesses is that you don't have to be there the whole time. You can employ people who will run it for you, but then you keep checking on their progress, or you can also be there whole time. It's a part-time or whole-time thing. And if you're wondering how to get an idea of the next business that you want to start, look from where you are right now. From there you can weigh the next business that you will put up. Also, you need to solve a problem. That's how businesses comes up. Like if you look in the case of Facebook, the owner of Facebook wanted to make people connect more, since there were divisions such as, people being in their work and far away. And through Facebook, you can now talk to people who are far away from you. And this has helped. It has changed to being a global being, and it has really made our times easier. And we just need to consider what are those problems that needs to be solved in as that helps a country to grow, and also for yourself. On our point number 6 is become a realtor. A realtor is a person who sells houses on behalf of a company or some individuals. Here, what you need is you need to become good at selling. No one was born as a seller, so you just have to learn your way through it. And it is started small as trying to sell a small thing, and then with time you become a bigger individual who can now sell houses. For you to sell a house, you need to know the company or the individuals who are selling those houses, and then you look for clients for them. And there are so many people who are looking for realtors out here to sell their houses for them. And maybe looking circle, do you have someone who wants to sell a house? Do you know a person who is looking to buy a house? And that's where you start from. You can Google your way through it, and you can also do your research. Once you help people, they are willing to pay for that. If I told you adding value, people will pay. And you also need to have a good reputation. To be able to do that, you need to have a good established way of dealing with your clients. You don't want to be associated with a company that scams people. So do a background check of the company that you will be selling the houses for as you begin to work for them. That's a good point to note. On our 7th point is start a daycare. The good thing about starting a daycare is that you don't need to have loads of money to start one. You only need to speak to a few parents and agree with them what you want to offer them, and then you'll weigh out a deal that works for you and for them. Hapa ni penye unapewa mtoto umkalishie while the mother or the caregivers are working at some time. Yani hawawezi be able to take care of their kids at that specific time. So for you, what you need to do is have a good, comfortable home that you can be able to squeeze time and bring in some children, and then wakalishe, take care of them, give them good food, make sure they sleep well, and then jioni mamake akitokea kazi anakulipa juu umeshinda na mtoto wake. And here all you need is to be trusted. If people can trust you, then they can give you work and you're able to make a lot of money out of it. With time hutajua hata hiyo basic grow juu if one parent alete mtoto leo, kesho 1 month 2 month, and then huyo mtoto amekuwa tu vizuri, behaves well, you direct them well, we ni role model, then ataambia tu wazazi wengine mahali yana achanga mtoto wake, and with time utakuwa na parents looking for you. Yeah, and you will appreciate it. On our 8th point is become an influencer. An influencer is a person who has grown his or her image in a public that they are known for doing certain things. Maybe they are known for dancing, they are known for being a good musician, and so brands come looking for them to market their products and services for them. And this is good since that you don't have to, to put much effort on selling again and again. You have already established yourself as a person, as an image, and people will come looking for you to market their products for them, to be an influencer on Instagram. You only need to post your pictures over there, and with time account yako ita grow and you'll have a big following. Like, the keyword here is having a big following. And you can also learn to sell to a bigger crowd or a small crowd. It all depends on what you want to focus on. Brands recognize you through their value system. This is where they select the influencers through what they portray out there. Like, are you showing a certain key values that align with the goals of the brand? If yes, they'll select you. That's why you have to be very sure of what you want to portray as an image out there, because if you really, been on the bad side of the public, then some brands won't choose you. So make sure, if you want to become an influencer, you have a value system that you can't go against and you respect, and at the end of it all, there are brands that are looking for that, and you'll be recognized and you'll be employed by them, and they really pay well. And the 9th point is become a tutor. A tutor is like a teacher, but then you teach the students on a private ground. This could be at home or at an office that you have decided to do that on. So here, you need to be educated and qualified to teach someone on certain subjects and matters that they'll be tested on, and apply all that knowledge somewhere in a field or in doing projects. So for you to be a tutor, you need to have the basic skills that are required. You need to be educated, and it only starts with you yourself out there. And there are people who are looking for tutors. So maybe they didn't get a certain topic at school, so they want to be taught at home, and parents are always willing to pay for children to be taught and well elaborated on certain topics that they are not conversant on. So here you need to talk to a few students at school, maybe also at college, and get them as your client, offer them quality services, teach them well, and make sure they understand everything that you're working on. And with time, you'll have a whole set of clients, and you'll have a schedule that you'll follow so that you can manage to take care of them all. And you really make a lot of money over here. And this could be as early as after you finish Form 4. Kuna watu wanataka kukua tutored on high school subjects. You can do that after umemaliza college. Kuna watu wanataka kufunzwa certain units za uni ama college, and if you can do that, then you can make money out of that. Here you don't need any capital. It's just you appearing, offering your good services in a great way. You'll make loads of money out of it. Our 10th and last point is become an errands person. Here is where you run activities for people and then they pay you for doing that. So the basis of this is knowing people who are ready to pay for, maybe for delivery, for buying for them certain things, and with that they get to pay you later on. There are also companies who need errands people who do deliveries on their case. It all depends on what you want to run on, because errands depend also on what type of area you want to major on and which one you don't want to major on. So you need to market yourself so good, and you also need to be trustworthy, and you need to be a person who keeps time. If I want something to be delivered to me maybe in the next 30 minutes, don't turn up after one day with the explanations. You need to have a support system that really comes in handy when you can't deliver at that point. Also, you need to know where the niche is. This occurs where you locate. Where do these people mostly stay at? Are they in estates? Are they in flats or apartments? It all depends. because you'll find there are people who never ever want people to run errands for them, and there are people who want the opposite. So make sure you do your research on everything, and before starting this, you also need to know that you'll occur some costs, so you need to be prepared, have some money, and you'll also make a lot of money in the end, because you'll find maybe someone wanted a certain electronic to be delivered at her place or his place, so they were to pay an Uber at 500 Kenyan shilling, but you can deliver that at 400. Then that's again to them, and they'll use you to do that. That's why you'll find people who buy food at restaurants and take them to people's houses, and they're using that to sustain their lifestyles. They're using that to pay their bills. It really comes in handy if you have some extra time to spare on. Unaweza anza tu hivyo kidogo. With time you have in a company that you want to register, because one thing, watu wanakutrust. The second thing, you keep time. The third thing, you have boundaries and respect, such that ukienda kwa mtu kwa nyumba umempelekea kitu, utaenda tu umeingia, utarespect if they have partners. Yeah. And if you able to make good relationship with people, the more watakuita kwa deals, the more watakuinvolve kwa kazi zao, because they know you are a good person and it will pay off generally. I've come to the end of the video, and I'm grateful if you're still here, and I know you have learned a lot. Make sure to use it in your life, utilize it, and it will pay at the end of it all. So what you do is pick a few points from the ones that I have listed below and see which ones work strongly for you. Yeah. And hivyo utaweza kujisaidia kimaisha, alafu utaweza kujisustain. Juu sahi manze, huwezi kabila multiple sources of income. You really need it, and I know I have made your work easier. And thank you guys for always coming here. Make sure you like and share this video. Also leave me comments where I'll read and respond to. Nataka kuona maoni yenu ni gani kwa hii video, and with that I'll know if this content is valuable to you, and so that I can do more of this. By sharing it, itaweza kufikia watu wengi, at least tusaidie wale watu wana feel sahi maisha inakuwa hard. It'll make their lives better. Thank you. See you in my next video, guys.